While most people think that World War II broke out when the Germans crossed the Polish border, another important part of World War II already began in 1937, the Sino-Japanese War. The Imperial Japanese Army invaded Shanghai. After holding back the Japanese for 3 months, they had to retreat due to heavy losses. The Chinese army retreated into neutral territory, but one battalion had a heroic last stand. This 25-meter, 6-story concrete building, called the Sihang Warehouse. It was once the warehouse of 4 banks with thick solid walls and was stocked with food, ammunition and medical supplies. A real fortress. The only problem? A little more than 400 Chinese soldiers had to take it up against 20,000 troops from the best division of the Japanese army.
Italian painter.
Italian painter.
Yeah. How Venus, it's a god.
Yeah.
How she was born.
Oh, okay.
The movie is called 800 because the commanders lied about the number of people that actually were inside the warehouse to prevent being overrun by the Japanese army. When they retreated, they burned down closed structures to create an open kill zone, constantly reinforced the warehouse, and manufactured sandbags with the warehouse grain sacks. Day by day, waves of Japanese attacks were fought off by the Chinese army, something that nobody expected.
Crazy. Yeah, crazy story, man.
The surreal thing about this story, like Charles explained, is that just 55 meters, 60 yards away, residents of the protected international concession could see the war played out. This area was divided by only one bridge. So why was this place chosen? With this almost suicidal act, they tried to create courage for the Chinese soldiers and citizens, and to get support from the Western powers. Journalists were also located here, and released press articles for the rest of the world. Another benefit is that from the concession zone, they could not get attacked, because it's a protected zone. The Japanese could also not use bombs or mustard gas, because of the nearby concession zone. Chinese spectators were cheering on the defenders and helping them with information about the enemy movements, food and medicines. As you can see, the streets look pretty fancy. Back in the 30s, Shanghai was called the Paris of the East by some. The city was modern, glamorous, and had the most skyscrapers in the world besides New York and Chicago. They worshipped the Western culture, and many buildings were constructed in Art Deco style. This is the interior of one of the casinos constructed in a beautiful Art Deco style. It has the most beautiful interior of this movie set. In the first golden age of Shanghai, just before the Japanese seized most of the international settlements in the end of 1941, after the British and Americans left.
You can see this street is really fancy at that time. All of the restaurants and clubs and dancing places, music house.
From this angle, spectators would watch the war like a bizarre sports event and help the soldiers with movements of the enemies, food and medical aid. Also, this water tunnel plays a role in the movie. In one of the nights, Japanese soldiers sneak inside the warehouse, trying to ambush the Chinese soldiers. For us, this angle is also perfect to keep an eye on the security. Luckily, he's busy with other things. Time to move to another part of the movie set.
Also casino. All casinos.
Vegetation quickly takes over the streets after being abandoned since 2018. But you can see the security makes still use of these deserted streets.
Oh wow. Look at that one. Toothpaste. Nothing? Some kind of lobby.
Just checking the security situation for us.